Being in a sales slump is never fun. It often brings a lot more stress, and when you're in a slump, it illuminates the other problems that are going on in your life or on the job. I see a lot of times agents who don't manage their money very correctly all of a sudden become very stressed about money.
Welcome to the Final Expense Sales Academy, the hub for mastering the art of final expense life insurance sales. If you're looking to become a pro in the final expense industry, you're in the right place. My name is Kyle Williams, and I'm your host to go through the ins and outs of the final expense business, from tips to tricks to industry insights. We cover everything you need to close deals with confidence, provide true value to your clients, and become a better insurance agent. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get started on elevating your sales game one video at a time.
Hey guys, in this episode, we are going to talk about what to do if you get into a sales slump in the final expense life insurance business. Being in a sales slump is never fun. It often brings a lot more stress, and when you're in a slump, it illuminates the other problems that are going on in your life or on the job. I see a lot of times agents who don't manage their money very correctly all of a sudden become very stressed about money. I see a lot of times agents who don't have a great sales process begin to start doing things that they were not taught and develop some bad habits in a sales slump because they're trying to reach and become desperate and don't stick to the process. Stress is a real thing, and the sales slump will certainly make it worse. So what are some things that you can do when you feel like you're in a sales slump to get yourself out of the sales slump faster? I'm going to list out some things and then break them down, okay? So the first thing to do is to recognize that you are in a sales slump and that it does not last forever. That is the very first thing. The second thing is talk to your manager or someone that you trust to coach yourself out of the slump. The third thing is to improve your self-talk. The voice inside our head is real. The way that we talk to ourselves is very important. And the fourth thing is to work your way out of it. So let's break these down. So the first thing is to recognize that you're in a sales slump and that it does not last forever. By doing this, it does not give the power of the slump to control your mind. It releases all that power. It lets yourself know that it is only temporary. A good thing to do at this point is to look back at a time that you were clicking on all cylinders and think about that time, how things were. This will prove to you and share a reminder that it's not always doom and gloom, that there are great days ahead. Reminding yourself that it is temporary and that you'll get yourself out of it is what this does. The second thing is to talk to your manager or someone that you trust to coach yourself out of the slump. By talking to someone, it can really just get a lot of that anxiety and stress off of your chest. The stress and anxiety that occurs in a sales slump is 100% real. Oftentimes, the individual who you're speaking to can see things that you cannot see and can oftentimes coach you through and get you out of the sales slump faster. So talk to somebody that you trust. Best person to speak to is your manager because they've been there a time or two and they've seen it. They've gone through it. They know how to get out of that sales slump. The third thing is to improve your self-talk. That voice inside your head that we have, how we talk to ourselves, does matter. And the voice of how we talk to ourselves is very real. We all talk to ourselves on a daily basis, that conversation that we have in our mind with ourselves. That self-talk can either be positive or negative. So when we are in a sales slump, our self-talk often becomes very negative. That negative self-talk carries over into our day-to-day sales activities. So I'll give you an example. If you're saying to yourself, I cannot sell a policy at all this week, it's a very negative connotation of how you're talking to yourself. That will carry over into your body language that you'll give off into your day-to-day sales. And it changes your attitude too. So it comes off as a very unconfident salesperson, and that is a very vulnerable state to be as a sales agent. So whenever you're going through a sales slump, you must guard your mind and provide yourself with positive affirmations and positive self-talk to protect yourself from the negative spiral. So be very cognizant of that. And the fourth thing is to Work your way out of it. That is the only way to get out of sales slump, is to work your way out of it. I see a lot of times where agents, when they get into a sales slump, things get hard, they just want to quit. They just want to just go home and sit there. What does that accomplish? Besides just taking the temporary pain of being in a slump off. But really, it's just going to make yourself worse. You're going to think bad about yourself. So what does that accomplish, really? So the only way is to work your way out of it and to get through it as quick as possible. It's like you just have to churn through it. So the only way to get out of the sales slump is just to work through it. Do all of these steps in unison, and it will help you get through that sales slump. So those are some things that you can do to get out of your sales slump faster, and it will keep yourself getting sales, and then it will keep you profitable. So I hope this is valuable for you. If you receive something valuable here, share it with your friends, share it on social media. Be sure to subscribe so that way you catch all our latest content, and we will see you in the next episode.